I'm going to introduce Brad, and he's going to introduce you, okay? All right, we're going to get started. For all those of you who are in the hallway, feel free to come on in. Okay. I just want to start off by welcoming everyone to what we've called Live at Swap Meet. So we are in the gallery of the exhibition Swap Meet, featuring the artist Brad Kahlhamer. We're really lucky to have him here and to be activating the stage tonight. I'm Jennifer McCabe. I'm director and curator here at SMOCA, and I want to just start us off with a land acknowledgement. And this comes from an exhibition we did recently with Jacob Metters. We are on the unceded sacred land of the O'odham and Peeposh peoples and their Hohokam and Peepaw Nakor ancestors. We acknowledge and celebrate the Salt River Pima and Maricopa communities, their elders, both past and present, and generations to come. They are the original stewards of this land, and we are humbled to reside here. We honor the many diverse indigenous peoples connected to the land that has sustained their peoples for centuries. They are an important part of our history, our present, and our future. So I'm not exactly sure what's going to happen tonight. So I'm going to leave it. I'm going to pass the mic over to, the very capable hands of Brad Kahlhamer. I know there's going to be some music you can see, and there's juggling. So, so I hope you enjoy. Brad.
Well, Jennifer, thank you for those warm remarks. Welcome to Swap Meet. It's not an open stage. The stage is a managed stage. First up, well, I should say a few things about, well, thank you, Jennifer. Thank you, SMOCA, for letting me do Swap Meet. This is a show we've been planning for a while. It's just amazing to have work that I did in Mesa come toggle over to Scottsdale, and here we are. And then we have this wonderful program. The opening was, there was a performer, Dirt Roads, which was really great. This is a bit of a follow-up. I have a history of live music at my openings going all the way back into the 90s. In 1999, I had the Silver Cloud Singers, which was at that time the only East Coast powwow drum group that I knew of. I think that were the only ones. And that was kind of an odd reaction. I think tonight it's much more of a mixed bag. First off, I should say I'm very lucky to have 2 exhibitions up in the great state of Arizona. Last week I opened up 1159 to Tucson at the Tucson Museum of Art. And I'm happy to say we have 2 great publications accompanying both exhibitions. And in a kind of expression of a bit of a swap, I would like to welcome Eva Mayabal to the stage. She's going to be reading a poem from the 1159 Tucson to Tucson book written by Natalie Diaz, who recently won a Pulitzer. But before that, Eva's going to excerpt her contribution to Swap Meet. Swap Meet. That's what's happening. So, without further ado, Eva.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening. My name, Eva Mayabal. Very happy to be here, just taking in the sun and the time and your faces. Very happy to be in relation with these wonderful folks on the stage with me that will share some sound with Brad's work, with Brad, and to share with you a short excerpt of the catalog essay that I contributed that just gives you a bit of a sneak peek into the setting and into the exhibition that you find yourselves in. And also us. Gatherings. Gatherings reaffirm belief systems, enlighten and release mindsets, allow the creations of bonds for shared knowledge, and of course also misunderstandings. It comes as no surprise that being together appears to be a threatening activity at times, which has been and continues to be a target of scrutiny. But here we are. In the end, gatherings are essential for shaping our identities. Thus, it is highly encouraged to allow multiple narratives to roam free, to stay uncompliant to anything else, increasing the chances of trading ideas. And as we stand here at the swap meet, it comes in this spirit where commerce is made possible by the stories that each vendor and good share. And those multiple stories are shared here in a place of gathering that is fueled and thriving by trade and survival. From Brad Calamer's 11:59 to Tucson by Natalie Diaz. American Indian horse. American, they said, but horse I dreamed and so became. My mother formed me by eating clay, sucked my life from her human geology, tongue ribboned of calcium, pulled me bone by bone from the foaming crust, rounded my skull with her teeth, tended me together, licked me into my roan skin. I come alive, hoof after hoof, and the way stars appear, struck to light. Cold Killer is my father. Hakur Dampuim. He shovels silver, anthracite rocks. For fuel, the midnight train, he whispered me a winter-long lullaby. Who cinders the night, makes way for the sun. Now my heart is a firebox. My mouth is a song cycle of cyclone and smoke. My Indian name is Chuck Shone. The fugal glow sound from the train whistle. Chuck Shone, Chuck Shone, Chuck Shone. America knows my body is made of its body. Basalt glass, dark mountain, and ancient ocean floor. My desires of self-preservation and pleasure are shaped by eruptions of land and mineral dreams. In the great magnetic field, the buzzards swarm, a heat wave of blood clot messengers, the sky right directions to the old ways. Nobody wants me. I just stare at the world. My secret graffiti Indian name is Eohipus. They call me Dawn Horse because I night shift in the Dean Desert. I tilt The halite fields cultivate desert rose crystals, reap selenite from the horned toad's backs. My love and I are clayan effigies. In pink twilight, bleaching salt through terracotta hands, my language is mapped in amaranth leather, lustered on the cliff face of her chin. We are uncreable. We abrade, unbraid, repeat ourselves as crystal lattice. We make soil, then mud where we laid alchemy of our wet skins and gravity, an origin where we land might grow. By morning, we are painted in handprints of hematite pigment. It's crackling red dust. We are sore and scattered shards of a horse head and water jar, and tender for the shape the water once took, a flesh body bearing its first dreamed body. My hair is a Mojave dictionary tangled in its handbook's wind, weathered in my ceremony. America, haunted shore, a little giant cemetery of braids. This nation is a white, bright magnesium Indian burn. It illuminates me. It is arson. America, Indian horse, pyre. If I die, it isn't because I have a coffin bone. If I die, I was already half ghost. I'm already half back and half dressed as the war party who will return with sick of scalps. I war whoop out into the empty hip bone of the ghost sea, and the ghost sea war weeps back into the etched shells of my ears. I cut through night's thick clock with the heat of my neck, unsip the horizon, a circumstance of dust flowers up. I hide my warriors in my bouquet. The midnight train monsoons around the bend. It recognizes me as a relation. Chuck shoon, chuck shoon, chuck shoon. We are each the other's passenger and chorus. I shake the ciders from my hair, watch them lift in the valleys, mesquite groves in flames. When the world has ended, I will carry my people home.
Thank you, Ava, for that reading. Jake on guitar, Amber on cello. You know Henry Mountain, 50, 70, 95. The day I crossed that center line, the day I later that night, I became a crow. I ride the winds, I look below. 50, 70, 95. The day I cross that center line, the day I die. The day I cross that center line, the day I die. The day I die. The day I died. The day I died. The day I died. Oh, thank you. So that was a song I had written some time ago. A highway that it's the alternate route to Tucson, and I was imagining this kind of sort of suicide pact or something. I don't know what it was. What is that road? Is it 80 what? 79, yeah. Anyway, but so a lot of these songs, even though they were written in New York City over the years, were actually come from places around Phoenix and Tucson. So this next song is really about driving, getting around to those. Yeah. I like to drive, visit tall trees. I like to drive, bring my windshield to the beach. Have to go real far, just climb up on top of my car, stretched out in midday sun. In our world, we'll pass everyone. Visit tall trees. I like bring my windshield to the beach. World will break for creatures. Past comes, follow by tailwinds of dust. Lead us way past trust. I like to drive, visit tall trees. I like to bring my windshield to the beach. I like to drive. 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 Yeah, it's a little, wow, thank you. Such a little crowd. Jake helped me out on vocals, which we didn't know was coming. So, the song is more specifically dealing with a start to life in Tucson that is being adopted out of faith. You know, just like searching for that past that maybe was down there. Actually, I'm doing a residency right now down in Tucson. Thank you. And him dying face down. His shirt pulled up, tattoos from downtown. He's dead. He's gone to the desert sun. Dark hair, dark eyes, found the one. How I got here was not easy. This thin dead figure, who is he? I know her name, but I don't have a picture. She came to Tucson, gave birth to my future. Buried him in a shallow grave. I marked their heads with a steer, so I'd say they're dead, they're gone to the desert sun. Dark hair, dark eyes, I found the one. And found no one. Found no one. Amber Gore, laying it down. Gonna go all plugged in here. Desperate Groove. So, you know, when you go around the exhibition here, you see a number of big trailer here. And then this sort of IKEA-inspired, whatever it was that's doing there. I have this work called Bowery Nation, which was is a very sort of seminal work that I did ending in 2012. And these are the figures that came after that. That was 100 plus dolls, plus 25 birds. Yeah. Here's a song about them. It's this idea to activate the figures beyond just the, you know, the static. So. Yeah, it's true. There's songs desperate through. Sure can't breathe in. Rattling breaths, vibrating chest. I breath ringing above the sea. Wet grooves of joy, flying through the door. Half human, white head, and plastic rings. Dead and alive, they sing loud, they sing with pride. Dead and alive, they sing loud. Yeah, it's true. There's dolls, a desperate groove. Sure can't breathe in the spring. Rattling breaths, vibrating chest. Life bells ringing. Wet grooves of joy, flying through the door. Half human things, wild hair and plastic rings. Yeah, they sing loud, they sing with pride. Yeah. Hey, that was an adventure. That was an adventure. I think we're going to do one more, and then could we have the juggler come out? Just, I'm feeling the juggler. Just kind of feeling him. And I also would like to call Eva back to the stage. Maybe perhaps now, actually. Where is she? Well, no, Eva, why don't you come out right now and just bless us with those dulcet tones of yours? I think we can just stay up. Out, just like contribute something, just like, can't just like hang out in the trailer. It's like when you go to the swap meet, and this is based on a real swap meet actually in Apache Junction, and that's what I would do. I'd go out on a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and kind of like hang out. There's this place called Guitar City, and just picking up guitars, playing, and people just wandering. It's the randomness, right? That's the idea of the show, is that we're fixing this idea of human randomness to objects and the interchangeability of which you were so succinctly written about in your wonderful essay to our beautiful catalog. There's your softball.
Share a poem, a flower song, the Nezahualcóyotl Xochicalco. And I'll read it 3 times. The first time in Nahuatl, the second time in Spanish, and the third time in English. And flower songs are what we have, are what we speak into existence, are what we meditate and what we want to share with the world. And Nezahualcóyotl was one of the last Tlatoanis, one of the last leaders before falling into the hands of Hernán Cortés. And his poetry continues to breathe in these flower songs, to continue to live on. And I chose a short one to share with you all. Atlamis nosho chiwa. Atlamis nosho chiwa. Atlamis no quick. In no kan yaewan. San ikwik bakantli. Cheshelini we mayawan. Kasawika Xochitl sayenon calicuec. Chancuen caltic. No acabarán mis flores. No cesarán mis cantos. Yo canto y los elevo. Se reparten y se esparcen, aun cuando las flores se marchiten y amarillen. Se las llevará la tierra, se las llevará la madre al interior de nuestro hogar y al ave de plumas de oro. My flower song will not die. My songs will not cease. My voice will lift them, disperse them, and when the flowers wither, they'll return to our Mother Earth. They will return to the land and to the sun and to the golden feathered bird.
Thank you. It was very nice. Yeah. Something about the fragility of objects and the exchange of them is what I'm sort of feeling. But do we want a discussion? So perhaps we'll bring you out in a minute, but I'm feeling a song or perhaps a juggle. Thank you. D. So we played last night at the Congress in Tucson, which was a kind of a rousing gig, I would say. It ended in a spectacular style, and we lost half of the band. So yeah, they're now flying to Baltimore. Family issues and things. In their honor, we will draw on. star falling on our town. Jennifer Knox, yes, come, sing it. Go near a all in all, red star. Red grew old and died in a fall with a girl. Later on, she received a mark. Red points surrounding eyes. Red star, red star on a young girl's face. All in all, red, red star, red star. That was another adventure. Um, Special thanks to the juggler, who's yeah. So, we could read another poem, or maybe- I know what. Okay, time for nostalgia. There was just a lot of this.
I don't know.
You make up your own nostalgia swap. Everybody's an expert. That's the cool thing about the citizen historian at the swap. Everybody's an expert. I don't know what's expert. Yep. Well, you got your pretty diamonds, and you got your pretty clothes, and the chauffeur drives your Vespa. Let everybody know. Because you're playing with fire. Your mother, she's an heiress, owns a block in Bushwick Woods. Tell her she'll be here If he only could, because you're playing with fire. Your old man took her down. Tiara's by the store. Now she gets her kicks in Brooklyn. Not on Knightsbridge anymore. Playing with fire. You got your pretty day, and you will have some others. You better watch your step, girl, or start living with your mother. You're playing with fire, so don't you play with me, 'cause you're playing with fire. So don't you play with me, 'cause you're playing with fire. Anybody have a poem, something they want to contribute, anything you want to say, Eva? Just tell us what you think.
Listening and looking around, I think about the constellation and navigating swap meet to swap meet and the dream catcher, that red star to follow, and for everyone to capture that and take it from one line to another, from the lines in each painting and drawing through every jingle that catches light and moves through the dream catchers, through the super catchers, through the vast array. I'm seeing it. I'm seeing it there. I'm seeing it there. That's what it is. That's the conversation.
Yeah, exactly. It's this like integration of, but then transparency of it is a little, it's like when you go to swap meet, it's like high noon and it's just the white light, just the sun just bleaches it all out. That was one of the ideas. Please, thank you. Very nice. Okay, I have another idea for a song. Mother. We played this last night to some fanfare, I would say, right? A minor. Jake here, who's just ably setting in. We lost a good chunk of the band. It just broke away from our Death Star and ended up at the Tucson airport. And here we are. So it was a bit of concern this morning between 10 and 11, but I called everybody up and well, they're like, yeah, don't worry. Don't, just do it in true swap meet fashion. It's Friday. It's got to be open. Saturday, Sunday, open. Okay, here we go. Leave that poor snake alone. Diamonds on his back. On the sand it leaves its track. Out there, no trailer home. Leave that poor snake alone.
red man walking Jew, holding on to his daughter's long back hair. Let's walk west, he said. They both walked into underhead. Mother's okay. Sell out during the day. Oh, not so quick. There's more. The snake crawled through the front door. Resting comfortably on the floor. You might think the snake is the mom, but that's not the point of this. This family's okay. All right. Well, maybe that is the point of the song. Obviously, we haven't rehearsed that, and then sometimes that happens. A little breakdown. It's just the train went off the tracks.
It's real.
I think it's time for some juggling, and then we're gonna regroup. We're gonna back, right? Discuss things. Or I could do a poem myself. I think I will do that. So every now and then I try my hand at poetry, and I'm just like, and I imagine a very aesthetic thing. And usually I'm in Central Park looking and waiting and watching the ducks and the turtles, all those turtles. And then I get inspired to do poems. There we go. Yeah. And now for some dulcet abstraction. Listen to these beautiful people in the mood. Oh, yes, more. About the titles. The titles fuse the pop with the wild, with the street, with the history, with the West, with the yet to be born, with the dead, with the dying, with the dreamers, creators, killers, with the scarred, the young, and the yawndering, with the ecstatics, the nomadics, the intercessors, thin, twitching text lines falling off the page to the ground, dry, brown, gray. Text, twigs stacked in rows as fire starter. For further sing-alongs, studio blazes. "10,000 feet above the wavering high-pitched tall grass. Song and chorus, singing high and hard, even the bronze cardboard statue is twisted down. At pond level, 100 dolls, loose lined, watch and observe. As Run Rope Hair Skull Kid breaks line to present a few new titles to the staff. Ashley, the White Buffalo. J9, Small Brain Vortex. Rapid City. Spirit Bitch.
Wacky Totem, USA. I want to say the juggling, so I, Ava, do you have any more, anything else to say? Yeah, I think this is good. I really don't, I just want to thank you for all coming out. I think that will conclude our portion, except for the juggling. If we could just roll him out. And I'd like to have Jake bring us out with some really beautiful guitar playing. Yeah. It's like a juggle bath. Juggling bath. Yes, let's hear it. What a way to close. Oh, really? Oh my God, yes. Wow. Thank you, thank you. And thanks for all, thanks for coming. I mean, this is really great. Thank you, thank you. Yeah. Amber, Jake, Ava, Brad,